Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Legatus here again, bringing you a Jackel fight. Cedric, explain it.
Alright, so there's this big robot. He has 4 legs and he's very angry. He also has a bad series of puns and insults that he's thrown our way. And because it's an uppity dog, we're gonna put it down.
Okay, so apparently this is a good piece of gameplay to show off boss fight of the game. So we're gonna go do that. Alright, you guys can vote it now.
Clocking us into Fosa, ladies and gentlemen. Please have a seat and make sure your seatbelts are fastened. Please refrain from smoking until the vehicle has come to a complete stop, and your next stop will be Fosa. Local time is ass-kicking o'clock, and there's sights there. It's definitely sights, explosions. Sweet explosions, rockets, grenades, heat-seeking rockets actually. Lots of machine gun fire, shields, mine drones. What else? Stuff falling from the ceiling, that also happens.
Don't stand on the grenades.
Don't stand on grenades, yeah, that's a good one. And in case of loss of cabin pressure, please take the oxygen mask and pull it over your head first before you help other passengers. And yeah, I think we have liftoff in 3, 2, 1.
What was with the car in the background of one of your mics?
That was awesome. That actually worked out quite well.
That was really weird.
That was a motorcycle. You should leave that in.
I think I will.
Meow. You notice how they always have these blue lights there?
Yeah. I don't know how to skip this on a controller. There we go.
Yeah. So let's take a stroll.
Oh, it didn't save my fucking color change. I'm so disappointed. I think I'm gonna use my ult this time. I didn't actually use it that time. There's two mods here.
Oh my god. Some frames need to use their ultimate, so just use dual Vipers.
Yeah.
Well, alright, let's talk a little bit about the game. I think that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
So, on the one hand...
A bit, or something.
We'll talk about powers. Well, every Warframe has a set of 4 powers, and customarily people call the 4th ability the ulti or the ultimate. And for most frames, it's something that hits multiple enemies and does something with them. Now we have 2 Lokis here, and those Lokis are just disarming their enemies, which quote-unquote just can wreck especially artillery faction like the Grenier and the Corpus quite a fair bit.
I'm looking at the Lokis right now. They're these weird ones.
Bat Loki, Iron Loki.
Bat Loki and Iron Loki. The truth is, I am Iron Loki.
I am Bat Loki.
My frames
What's
are
he out here
dead.
playing as?
Mag. He's Mag.
He's Mag.
She's a weird girl at school that no one really likes. She's kind of a nerd.
Oh.
You know it's true. And
just alienate
so
the
have,
nerd girl viewers that I have. All 2 of them. Hopefully.
All the 2 of them. I'm sorry, girls. I'm sorry. I don't mean it. And without you, we Game of Boys would be really lonely.
Yeah, and then there'd be no Mag that he could protect.
Exactly. No, yeah. Anyway, let's not dwell on our sad relational life. Yeah.
Kinda creepy.
Seriously, Evan. Kinda creepy. You're totally projecting there. Anyway, so there's 4 abilities, and there's a mod here too. They kind of scale in power, if you will, and in energy cost. And the ultimate for Loki's is Disarm, and for Mag, it's Crush. And Crush affects every enemy within a... Oh my god, the boss is here. Within a certain radius, compacts them and deals a boatload of damage.
Where's this boss to look at?
He's kind of there. You see the shadow, the foreshadowing figure. Like,
Yeah,
are we
he's just
full?
not gathering light.
No, yeah.
He is a black hole.
Maybe. Ooh, okay, John's there.
I was trying to find that mod you said dropped, but I couldn't find it.
Nice bow and arrow
Okay,
there.
so we go in here, like all of us, and eventually he will stop being a black hole. Right now. Look at that cutscene. Isn't she pretty? So
Yeah,
the trick about the Jackel is that he can be taken care of fairly. It's just a matter of persistence. Fairly easy if you don't melee him and just shoot his legs. Doesn't like that part. And when he's down, you shoot his torso. Well, quick burst to the leg. Lots of bursts to the torso. Legs, torso. I never seem to get any hits off.
Jesus.
There's a mod here.
Where's the mod? Oh, there.
That's
Get
grenade.
this modded
Watch
style.
out.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No.
Really?
Okay.
Oh.
Apparently Cody sees no relevance in reviving his teammates.
Hey. Yeah, I thought you guys were gonna do that.
Yeah, well, everyone
One of
but
us
me
was
and
dying.
you was down, and so...
Dude, you guys are fine. Stop bitching. Come on.
Because I kept it together. This is a
I'll
war
help
zone,
you out
son.
next time. I'm just not used to you guys getting down is the problem. I mean, I
Well,
didn't
we're
get
playing
down,
a little
just saying.
bit more derpy so you can see this.
Yeah. Jesus, what the? I just like fell off the map. That was really weird.
And we're getting...
Now we got a
Getting
Rhino
there.
helmet blueprint. One of the
Great.
aforementioned other frame parts.
the secondary blueprints you need to fuel the master blueprint
Is
with.
it on the ground or where is it?
It was a white orb underneath the corpse of the frame.
Okay.
If you don't see a
Got it
white
there.
orb here, then you walked over it. Yeah, they don't
probably
really
got
show
it
it. Oh,
There's another mod here.
So, going back to the abilities. So,
Explain the
basically-
weapons a bit, because I saw Yavin using
Wow.
a bow and arrow, but yeah.
you're like all ADHD on this.
Dude, we've been explaining the powers all video. we
Oh,
haven't-
okay, the weapons. There's long guns, pistols, and melee weapons.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of each. And the long guns
Like,
have a
Menace,
variant
your weapon
of...
is on fire.
Yeah. That's a mod that has been put into my weapon.
Okay, explain mods a bit then.
The mods are enhancements that can be put into weapons or frames. Or even your pets.
Or your pet's
And-
weapon.
Yeah.
Or your pet's weapons, too. And they can enhance it in many ways, including but not limited to damage, elemental effects, which is also damage, and reload speeds, fire rates,
Just damage.
yeah, and more damage.
Crit chance, which is damage. There's also crit damage, which is damage.
Basically, anything that you bring
And
into
there's
a
a mod
mission,
here.
anything that you bring into a mission with you, be modded, except for a mod.
Well,
there is no
text
exception of
fusion
mods.
is
There's no
is,
modception.
is modding mods.
Damn.
But you can fuse them.
Fusing is kind of like that, I guess. Oh god. I feel like I've been tricked.
As soon as this one...
Alright, the end is over here anyway.
There's still so many guys to kill, and you're all like, nope, all business.
There we go.
There's also 3 mods here.
Nope, all business.
So
Yep.
we were sent to this ship to
There's 3 mods here.
We're
Like,
sent
no
to
the
joke.
Jackel.
business.
Like, if you like mods, I got some.
I like moths. Moths are delicious.
I know.
More things to kill and eat.
Oh damn, there is quite a few mods here.
And there's one over here too.
Cody, who
I
hasn't
know.
played this game in like... Oh, and there's one upstairs.
Yep.
I haven't
And
played this
somebody
game.
didn't get
What?
this
What were
one
you gonna
either.
say?
One who hasn't played this game in months, whose entire mod set was turned into fusion cores.
Yeah.
And
There's all the
mod
mods
here.
you can get.
Hey, what's up with that? Why did they turn it all into fusion cores?
Because the old mods weren't compatible with the new system, and the old mods were more or less inherently broken.
Okay.
You know, there was ridiculous stuff like 700% multi-shot, or puncture of 20 meters.
Okay.
And
They could have just balanced all that, didn't they?
no, they could not, because those things had monetary values, and it would also mean that someone that has those mods would have, because every mod back then was more or less using the same rarity scale regardless of the actual color and effect. There's another mod here. And there was no normalization of the distribution, so there would be people who had multiple multi-shot mods, and there would be people who never got a single multi-shot mod in hundreds of hours of playtime. And while this is all RNG, it did not reflect the rarity that Digital Extremes was looking for. So they adjusted that, reset the stakes, and replaced all these out-of-line mods with fusion cores. Now, people were quite angry about the fusion cores, but if fusion cores were essentially carte blanche for merging, they would just work with every mod, merge preferably, and give you quite the leg up on the fusion, because you could just take whatever mod you find, and you had fodder to fuse it up to quite high levels without having to look for another duplicate. Because duplicates fuse preferred, same polarity fuses, but only at half efficiency, and if there's no match, they fuse only at a quarter efficiency. So essentially, fusion cores mean you can fuse all this stuff up fairly easily without having to, quote-unquote, worry about it. So fusion cores were actually a lot more useful than having the duplicates, especially since they changed the percentages on many mods, and nowadays it's much more prudent to have a damage mod, because for pistols, those go up to, what was it, 200% more damage? Basically 3 times the damage from one mod. But if you didn't get those because you were all about multi-shot, you were suddenly screwed. So the way they're doing it right, they did that, is maybe aggravating for those mod collectors, but in the end, more fair to everyone, and even to those mod collectors, more fair, because they had the chance to adapt to the new system and the new mods.
Plus, they could do things now with the new system, like have flat percentage mods without having, because you don't stack mods. You don't stick more than one damage mods. Every mod is unique within your weapon. Serration is the name of the damage percentage mod for rifle. You only have one serration in your rifle. You can have that be a percentage and have it go ludicrously high, because you'll never have more than one.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to say?
People should play Warframe. It's a nice game.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
Yeah? It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Look for Fluffy Death.
Yeah.
Don't look for me. I hate people.
All of these people, add them and send them lots of messages. They love that. Also threaten them. They love that too.
I don't. This guy's lying about me.
Cedric especially. Alright, thanks for watching.
systems are... Well, I've been with Warframe for... 4 months now? Almost. 3.5. I've seen many iterations of the system as they were. I can tell you a lot about it because I'm fairly involved with it, and it's just that it's not an easy system to get into. So if you want to explain it to someone, you need to take 2 steps back to take 1 step forward.
Okay.
Because it's not the straight gear stuff that you have with your traditional dungeon crawler, where you just find the grandfather's sword and it has a higher DPS rating and that's it. It's more about leveling out or min-maxing your mods according to your own preferences. And, for example, I prefer to have a mixture of elements on my weapons because freeze has a slow effect and is good against shields. Fire has a panic attack on organics. And armor piercing is good in general. Base damage is good in general. Multi-shot works good on pistols and rifles, but not for the pets, and so on and so on. So every aspect is differently tailored. Other people have more or less loadouts where they put all the fire damage against infested and then switch it out for all the electro and freeze damage against corpus. And I go for a more rounded out loadout. So that all depends on what you want to play.
Yeah. So is there a lot of depth to changing the classes around?
The same thing. Do you want to build your frame up to be good at using his ability? Or do you want him to be tanky? Or do you want him to be fast? You have all those choices on what kind of mods you put into your frame. What I do is, for example, with Rhino, I only use Rhino Charge, Unranked, and Iron Skin. All the other abilities I don't even use, so I save up mod capacity, and I fill that up with tankiness and energy efficiency, so I can use Iron Skin as much as I want and be uber tanky. With other frames, I would remove some mobility mods and rather put in stuff that affects how they use their abilities. So every frame is tailored differently.
Yeah.
And yes, so essentially the short answer is yes, there is a lot of depth to it, or there can be.
Okay.